Hello. Let's discuss interesting facts about the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of the Qin dynasty in China in the 3rd century BC. Qin Shi Huang's tomb was discovered by accident by a group of farmers in 1974 in Xiyang village near the city of Lintong, Shaanxi province, China. At first, the farmer was digging a well for water, but instead they came across a series of exquisite clay statues of soldiers and horses. Upon further research, it was discovered that the statues were part of a very large and complex tomb complex, which was erected during the reign of Emperor Qin Shi Huang of the Qin dynasty in the 3rd century BC. The discovery of this tomb is considered one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the 20th century and has attracted international attention. This tomb continues to be a source of research and studies to understand ancient Chinese history, culture, and technology. However, even though this tomb has been found, there are still many areas around it that have not been excavated and known, because the tomb complex is very large and complex. In addition, this tomb is also of great archaeological and historical importance, so there are many challenges and limitations in further excavation and research. Qin Shi Huang's tomb is one of the largest tombs in the world, with a size of about 56 kilometers, wider than the Vatican. This tomb is located in Lishan, Shaanxi, China and was built during the reign of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of the Qin dynasty. The tomb was enormous and elaborate, with several rooms and chambers containing clay figures, emperor's articles, and provisions for the afterlife. The size of this tomb is very large because it is believed that the ancient rulers in China believed that they would continue to rule and need everything they needed in the afterlife. Therefore, the construction of this tomb took many years and involved thousands of workers. This tomb was built under a hill, which was then covered by soil and vegetation, so that it is not visible from ground level. The tomb is a multi-level structure, with rooms and passages connecting the different rooms. Statues of famous clay soldiers were found in this tomb, which are believed to have been made to protect the emperor in the afterlife. The tomb also contains many ornaments and valuables, including jewelry, gold, bronze, and jade. Despite the enormous size of this tomb, most of the rooms and rooms inside have not been fully explored or opened to the public. This is due to concerns about safety and the risk of damage to the clay statues, which are very valuable and important from a historical perspective. However, visitors can visit part of the tomb and view clay figures and other artifacts at the museum adjacent to the tomb. Architecture. Qin Shi Huang's tomb has a very complex and unique architecture, with sophisticated defense systems and devices. This tomb consists of 3 main parts: the outer zone, the middle zone, and the inner zone. The following is an explanation of the architecture and important features of each zone. Outer zone. The exterior of the tomb consists of a large garden and resting area, with a rectangular wall surrounding it. This wall is about 40 meters wide and about 6.3 kilometers long. Inside the wall, there is a walkway that connects the entrance gate with the central zone. Middle zone. The middle zone consists of 2 parts. The first part is a path that is about 500 meters long and 50 meters wide, while the second part is the main room of the tomb, which is located underground. This section of the trail consists of 5 gateways, each of which is equipped with trapping devices and secret passageways. Inner zone. The interior of the tomb consists of a very large main chamber, about 50 meters high. Inside this room are neatly mounted clay warrior statues, who are believed to be guardians of the tombs and emperors in the afterlife. In addition, this room also contains the actual tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. Apart from these 3 main zones, the architecture of the tomb also contains several other important features, including an elaborate water system that forms rivers of mercury, underground passages used for the transportation of valuables and building materials, and lighting and ventilation systems. Sophisticated. All these features show how advanced Chinese technology and architectural craftsmanship was during the Qin dynasty. The defense system at the tomb of Qin Shi Huang was notoriously elaborate and sophisticated, designed to protect deceased emperors in the afterlife. The system includes multiple layers of defenses and traps designed to deter visitors or looters from picking up artifacts and disturbing the peace of the tomb. One of the main defensive features was the area around the tomb, which was surrounded by a large wall with fortifications and lookout towers. The wall is about 36 kilometers long and about 12 meters high, and most of it is still there today. This wall is also equipped with a stronghold, where troops are posted to maintain the security of the tomb. In addition to walls and fortifications, this tomb also has traps that are very tricky and hard to avoid. One well-known trap was the spear hidden in the ground, which would pierce the foot of anyone who stepped into it. In addition, there are also holes in the walls that can be placed with small troops, which will appear suddenly and attack unwary invaders. Inside the tomb, there were also clay statues of soldiers and horses, expressing great care to set up a military formation that looked like they were getting ready. This formation is equipped with weapons and armor, which are believed to be used by these clay soldiers to defend the tomb from invaders. Overall, the defensive systems in the Qin Shi Huang tomb were elaborate and sophisticated, and exemplify the architectural and military engineering expertise of the Qin dynasty. While there is no evidence that this defense system was ever tested in practice, it does show how seriously ancient rulers in China took preparing for the afterlife and protecting their heritage. The clay statues are better known as the Terracotta army in the tomb of Qin Shi Huang are one of the most interesting and famous features of this tomb. These statues, consisting of thousands of soldiers, horses and officers in clay form, were found near the tomb of the first emperor of the Qin dynasty, Qin Shi Huang. These clay soldier statues were made to protect the emperor in the afterlife. They were positioned in the rooms and passageways around the tomb, and were believed to rise to face the invaders who had come to disturb the tomb. These statues also serve as a tribute to the emperor and the Qin army who had unified China under their rule. These clay soldier statues are extremely accurate and detailed, with each statue having unique features and distinct differences in appearance and position. The statues are also thought to have been made in a very careful and well-organized manner, so that each one was positioned in the right place to form a military formation that looked like it was ready for battle. In addition to statues of soldiers, the tomb also has statues of horses, coachmen and other officers, which were placed around the tomb to give a complete picture of life during the Qin dynasty. The statues are also very accurate and detailed, with each statue having a different outfit and equipment. Until now, most of the clay figures are still buried in the tomb and have not been fully explored. However, a number of the statues have been restored and exhibited in a nearby museum, so that visitors can see the beauty and accuracy of the statues of soldiers and other artifacts found in Qin Shi Huang's tomb. Several theories and legends regarding the use of rivers of mercury have become interesting and popular topics in history and archaeology. Some scholars suggest that the river of mercury may have been used as a symbol of Emperor Qin Shi Huang's power and luxury. In Chinese tradition, mercury was considered a precious and expensive metal, so its use in tombs may have been seen as a sign of luxury and wealth. Some experts also suggest that the river of mercury may have been used as an element in rituals or religious ceremonies performed in the tombs. In Chinese tradition, mercury is considered to have purifying powers and may be used in purification or purification ceremonies. However, most of the theories regarding the use of the river of mercury in this tomb are still speculative and not supported by concrete evidence. However, if rivers of mercury were actually used in this tomb, then this would be a testament to the technological prowess of the Qin dynasty, as using large amounts of mercury would have required extraordinary technology and resources at the time. In all cases, the existence of legends and theories about the river of mercury in this tomb adds to the mystery and appeal of Qin Shi Huang's tomb as one of the most interesting and important World Heritage Sites in China. Construction of Qin Shi Huang's tomb began soon after he became emperor in 246 BC, known to require enormous effort and resources during its construction. According to historical records, more than 700,000 people were involved in the construction of this tomb for a long time. These workers consisted of manual laborers, masons, engineers, and artisans, who are thought to have worked for more than 30 years to complete this tomb. In addition, supervision and regulation of the construction of these tombs was very strict, and was often enforced by force. According to history, workers and engineers working in the tomb were detained inside the complex, and were not even allowed to leave. This resulted in very harsh working conditions, and many workers were injured or even died during the construction process. Apart from humans, animals and natural resources were also used to build these tombs. The acknowledgement that more than 100,000 clay soldiers were installed in these tombs, and to make these statues, huge stones had to be moved long distances and rivers had to be diverted. In addition, it is estimated that hundreds of tons of mercury were used in the construction of the tomb, which is considered an important ingredient in efforts to simulate the sky inside the tomb. All these efforts show the immense difficulty of this tomb building project and the lengths to which Emperor Qin Shi Huang wanted to create a spectacular and unparalleled tomb, as a sign of his immense and enduring power. Although the construction of this tomb was carried out with great sacrifice, this tomb has become one of the wonders of the world, which shows the human ability to create a very complex and beautiful monumental building. The controversy over the excavation of Qin Shi Huang's tomb is over whether the tomb of the ancient Chinese king Qin Shi Huang should be excavated or not. Qin Shi Huang was the first king of the Qin dynasty and is famous for uniting all of China into a single state in the 3rd century BC. His tomb is believed to contain great treasures and, of course, some of his famous terracotta statues. However, there are reasons why some people think that Qin Shi Huang's tomb should not be excavated. Firstly, excavating the tomb would cost a lot of money and it would take years to explore the entire tomb complex. Second, some people believe that the excavation of tombs can disrupt the spiritual and cosmic balance established in tombs, which can be disastrous for those who disturb the tombs. In addition, some people believe that the excavation of the tombs could compromise the artifacts contained within. Because Qin Shi Huang's tomb was so large and complex, excavations could damage and destroy many valuable artifacts. On the other hand, some argue that excavations of tombs can provide valuable information about ancient Chinese history and culture. In addition, excavations can help scientists better understand the technology and artistry used in making terracotta sculptures. The Chinese government itself has a different view, as they have issued permits for further excavation and research in the tomb. Overall, the controversy over the exhumation of Qin Shi Huang's tomb is a complex issue and is still being debated today. While some feel that excavation can bring great benefits, others feel that there are great risks and spiritual considerations that must be considered before deciding to disturb the tomb. Qin Shi Huang's tomb is one of the most amazing historical and archaeological sites in the world. Although this tomb has not been fully explored, the initial discoveries that have been made show how important this tomb is for Chinese history and culture. But keep in mind that Qin Shi Huang's tomb is also the final resting place of the thousands of workers who were forced to build it. The extreme working conditions and the punishments imposed on the workers give this tomb a very dark aspect. As humans, we must learn from history and not repeat past mistakes. Let's respect the historical and cultural heritage left by Qin Shi Huang and the Chinese people who lived in his time, and strive to protect and preserve it for future generations. Those are some information and facts about Qin Shi Huang's tomb that I can share with you. If there is an error in my explanation, please correct me. If you want to add other information and facts, leave it in the comments section. Thanks for watching this video.